David here. Right now I'm in the mountains of Dongshan. I can see all these different coffee trees on the side of the road. I can hear music up the hill. Rumor has it that there's a coffee master living nearby, so let's go check it out. So all these plants have been artificially kind of shortened and brought down, so it's closer to the ground and it's easier to pick. So I've got some coffee fruits in my hand. It's quite rare to see the actual fruits itself, and these are almost ready to be picked. They're almost red, but not quite enough. There's still a bit of green to it. And these belong to the typical cultivar of coffee beans. Let's try it actually. You can actually eat these guys. It's actually really sweet. It's very sweet, and once you bite into the seeds, well, the coffee beans itself, you can kind of taste a little bit of that coffee flavor. It's kind of faint, but it's there. It's quite tasty actually. I like it. Hey, this is Mr. Guo. He's the local coffee master. In fact, he owns this entire coffee plantation. He even runs a coffee shop nearby. I'm very curious about how coffee plants are planted. And are they planted in the mountains in this area?
我们都种在这附近，大概海拔600到800之间哈。我总共种了3.5公顷。
I mean, they're all different. There's different places in Taiwan that plants coffee, and they all have their own different flavors and characteristics. But in Dongshan, Mr. Guo thinks that their coffee is especially smooth. So after the beans, or the fruits rather, has been picked, it's got to go through many more steps.
我们有分水洗、日晒跟蜜处理。
Wow, there are lots of processing techniques. Next, let's proceed to roasting.
我们的挑豆哈，就是要烘之前一定要挑，你挑得越干净，你起来的口感品质会越好。
So this is the art of picking coffee beans. So after it's been dried, you gotta go through the beans and pick out the bad ones. So we've got these white ones. We've got these all sorts of irregular ones, and the ones with big black holes in it, which means it's been affected by insects. It's a very important step before roasting, so to make sure the quality's high. So this light fixture is actually designed by Mr. Guo himself to pick coffee beans. It's an ingenious. So right now we're getting ready to roast some beans, but we have to preheat the machine to about 180 degrees before we can do that. So when you go get coffee in a coffee shop, usually you can choose between the different the roasts. There's the light roast, medium roast, and dark roast. Personally, I like light roast because to me actually has a bit of a fruity, kind of acidic taste.
我们平常会针对客人的需求，比如说他喜欢浅的，我们就做浅焙啊；他喜欢比较有厚实感的，我们做中焙。如果他想做意式咖啡的，我们就会做深度烘焙。基本上我们东山咖啡比较不适合做深度烘焙啦，大部分我们都会做中度跟浅焙而已。
So right now we're waiting for the beans to pop. It's kind of like popcorn. So we gotta wait for it before we can turn down the heat. Oh, it's starting. You can hear it. It's like popcorn, really, like in a microwave. Can you hear that?
我会在60秒的时候关火，让余温再继续焖一下，这个叫滑行。滑行的时候我才下豆。
So we'll be turning off the heat about 30 seconds from now, and to let it kind of simmer in its remaining heat. So we're getting ready to release the beans into this little platter.
下豆了，来。
This right here is the cooling process. There's a fan underneath that blows cold air up through the vents to cool the beans. So you can actually feel it. It's still a bit warm. Let's try this. That's so good.
After learning about the whole process, we definitely have to try the tasty coffee. I guess I kind of look like a real barista. Let's try the coffee together.
我们现在这杯是职业咖啡，我们做浅焙的，所以带有酸有果香的味道。
So it's a light roast coffee. Let's give it a shot. It's very delicate and fruity. The best way to put it is that it's a very elegant cup of coffee. You know, a lot of people don't like coffee because they think it's bitter, but this is anything but bitter. It's very, very, very elegant. Plus, I made it, so it's bound to be good. You know, someone who drinks a lot of coffee really is a cool opportunity to visit Mr. Guo and his coffee plantation to see the entire process, you know, how the trees are planted and how coffee is roasted. So next time you guys come visit Dongshan, be sure to check out the awesome coffee culture around Route 175. What's up? Give me 5. Hey, give me 5. Yeah. 好吧，给你吃了。